Hey YouTube, my name is Lex, formerly known as Chocolex on YouTube, currently known as Buy Me Alexis on TikTok, and Alexis Nicole on YouTube. And sometimes I make YouTube videos. I don't really have a niche. I kind of just go with the flow, do what I want to do. Used to be very consistent on here at some point in time. Nowadays, I just am here. I'm just here. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how much money I made on social media as a small content creator who does not have a niche, who is also inconsistent, and who's Black. Obviously, sometimes that does matter in these things. And no, I will not be explaining further, but I'm going to tell you guys how much money I made in 2024 on social media. And I'm not even going to make y'all wait long. I'm about to tell y'all the number. Just let me do the math real quick, and then we can talk about some things that I feel like influenced the number, and just some things that I feel like I could have done better because, like I said, I was very inconsistent. So give me like 2 seconds. I'm going to tell y'all the number. So on YouTube for the year of 2024, I made a whopping $121.54. And on TikTok in the year 2024, I made $307.59, bringing my whopping total to be $429.13. That is the amount of money I made on social media from content creation. That is between the two platforms, YouTube and TikTok. So now that you guys know that number, let's talk about it. I'm getting this information straight from my tax forms because y'all know it's that time of year. And honestly, this video is probably going to go up in March. I'm filming in February, but it's probably going to go up in March. So, you know, this is a time where people file their taxes and things of that nature. I told you guys that I was very inconsistent on YouTube. I was consistent on TikTok. I was not consistent on YouTube. There was a point in time where I was posting on YouTube every single week, sometimes twice a week. I got monetized in YouTube in 2020. I think the most money that I've ever made from YouTube is probably like $1,200 in a year. If you guys take a look at my channel, I only have 3,000 subscribers. I think to make like some really serious money, you do have to have a little bit more subscribers, and your videos do have to have more views. I do not think that I'm not even gonna say I don't think. I know that I'm not where I would like to be. And I know that I'm not where a lot of other creators on this platform are. If you guys go back and watch the first video that I posted from this year where I talked a little bit about my content creator journey, then you will know that I have been inconsistent on YouTube for a while, for I think the past 3 years or so, because I was just struggling. I was having a very hard time being a small content creator and not really knowing which direction that I wanted to go with long form content. So during the times where I was actually very consistent on YouTube, I'm so sorry if I have a glare. I'm wearing my glasses because I typically don't care to wear my contacts during the day. So I'm so sorry. But there was a time where I was actually very consistent on YouTube, and I did all the things, and I was posting and I was promoting. I wasn't making a whole lot of money, but I was meeting the minimum threshold for YouTube to pay out. So if you are not familiar with the YouTube monetization process, you have to reach at least $100 for YouTube to give you that check. If you don't reach that $100, they are going to keep it until you reach it, and then they'll pay you out. That first year that I got monetized, which I did get monetized in 2020, I was meeting that threshold number every single month. So my checks would be like $100, maybe like $114, $120. I don't think I got a YouTube check that was over $150. 2021 was good. 2022 is when I started to not post on here. 2022 is when I got very, very active on TikTok. I talked about this in a previous video, but I was thriving more on TikTok in comparison to YouTube. So late last year, I did end up getting unmonetized or demonetized from YouTube. I think the correct word is demonetized, because I wasn't posting and my views had started to go down. So I did end up getting demonetized from YouTube last year, and it was all, or was it in 2023? You know what? My My memory is not the best these days, and I don't understand what's going on because stuff be getting jumbled in my mind with the years. And I'm pretty sure though it was 2024. YouTube will say, "Hey, we're not gonna pay you anymore. You're not on here. We're not gonna pay you." On the flip side of things, though, I did get monetized on TikTok last year, and I got monetized on TikTok, I'd say right around March. That's really just an approximation because I really can't remember the exact date, but I do know that I did not get any TikTok checks until December 2024. If the March date is wrong, I'm going to put it somewhere in this video. I'm going to figure out when I did get monetized on TikTok, and I will be sure to include it in there. But just know that from the time that I got monetized on TikTok, I did not get paid until December. And TikTok does pay on a monthly basis, just the same as YouTube. My first check was in December. Now, if you recall at the beginning of this video, I told you guys I made $307.59. And you might be thinking, you only got paid in December. So yes, for the month of December, I did make $307.59 from TikTok, but that was only for 1 month. And let me tell you guys about the requirements for monetization on TikTok. You do not get paid for every single video that you post on TikTok, even if you're in the creator fund. There are certain stipulations that the video must meet in order to be eligible for a payout. So number one, your video has to be over 60 seconds long. Number two, it cannot be a stitch. It cannot be a duet. It cannot be talking about or related to any type of harmful situations, harmful topics, anything that's a little bit too risque. You do not get paid for that. The video has to be on the For You page. So even if you see a video on your For You page and you send it to like 10 of your friends and all 10 of them watch it, and they might watch it a few times because it's just that good, you don't get paid for that. So even if people are sharing and liking your video, if it's being shared in the DMs, it's reaching all these people, you only get paid for your views if your video is on the For You page. And it has to be over 1,000 views for your video to get paid, or for your video to get paid. Girl, that doesn't even make sense. Your video has to be over 1,000 views for it to be eligible in the creator fund. I say this, and I don't mean any harm when I say I'm very grateful to be able to make money off of social media, but the requirements on TikTok are, I'm not going to say that they are impossible, because there's plenty of TikTok creators that thrive on that app. But for someone like me who's still trying to find their way as far as like social media and posting, and also someone who doesn't have a niche, it's very hard, because all these months I've been posting on TikTok, and I finally get a check in December of 2024 after being in the creator fund for months and months and months and months. And the only reason why I am getting paid on TikTok, I do have this one video that it's at 1.1 million views now, and I posted it in November. I've actually been thinking about posting it on YouTube as well, because it performed very well on TikTok. But it was just me taking down my silk press and finding that my silk press was sweated out. I posted a video of that on TikTok. It went up. People are still commenting on the video, even though I posted it 4 months ago. But that is the video that is making me pretty much the most money. I've had a couple of other videos to do very well, but not as well as that one. Also, you do not get paid for any videos that you made before you were entered into the creator fund. I have a few other videos that are like at 500K. I have another one that's at 2 mil, but they were made before I entered the creator fund, and therefore I do not get paid from that. Even though I do still get comments and likes and likes and shares on these videos from before the time. YouTube is pretty good, because you could be getting paid from a video that you made like 2 years ago, I think. I haven't been the most consistent on this here platform. So that could have changed. But YouTube will continue to pay you for very old videos. TikTok, on the other hand, you have to have already been in the fund for you to get paid, which I think is a little bit unfair. Me sharing this video with you guys, this is not to deter you in any type of way from being a social media person, an influencer, a content creator, whatever it is that you aim to do. This is not me trying to rain on your parade. It's just to show you and to be transparent about these things, because a lot of people, not saying that they put on an act, but all you can see is the good things when it comes to posting on social media. Here I am, a small content creator who didn't even make $500 last year. Good thing that I have my full-time job. Gosh, I've never been more grateful to have a full-time job. Everyone always talks about the benefits of being full-time social media content creators or influencers. But honestly, there's a lot of security that comes with having a full-time job that people will not tell you about. Every time I get a check from social media, I am that much more grateful for my full-time job, because I look at these checks and I'm like, oh my gosh, this cannot be how people are getting by. Which brings me into my next point. It's not. A lot of content creators, this is not their only bread and butter. So yes, they are making money by posting these videos, but also a lot of them are doing sponsored content. They're doing ads. They're doing national campaigns, affiliate marketing. Now, I do have an Amazon storefront. I have not been consistent with my Amazon storefront. And honestly, the things that I buy on Amazon, sometimes I don't even know how I can promote it in a way that would get someone to buy it. And that's another thing. There's definitely transferable skills when it comes to being in sales and being a content creator or an influencer, because you want people to buy your stuff. You want people to click the link in your bio. You want people to go to your storefront. I don't really have that all the way in me. So sometimes there is a disconnect when it comes to me doing the affiliate marketing. The air just cut on. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear that. There's a disconnect with me and affiliate marketing, because I'm like, listen, if you don't want to buy something, there's nothing that I can say to you that's going to make you want to buy it. Especially when it's something that's not really highly sought after, or like things that people are not interested in. I buy a lot of things off Amazon, but they are not things that I want to come on here and promote to you guys. Like, I just bought some black gloves to wear when I am handling chicken and fish and just meat in general in the kitchen, because that was a necessity for me to use in the kitchen. But I can't just be like, hey guys, these gloves are literally the best gloves that I've ever used. With me in affiliate marketing, I haven't really gotten there yet. And I feel like with affiliate marketing, you have to always be buying something. This number, this $429.13 that I made between TikTok and YouTube, I believe that is a reflection of me still being a small content creator, also not being consistent on YouTube, but also not really putting myself out there. Last year, I did not pitch to any brands. I did join a few sites that are used for brands and content creators alike that I was hoping to have as a just like another source to use to be able to reach out to brands, or for brands to be able to reach out to me. But so far, I don't have anything. So yeah, that number was just based off videos alone. As far as TikTok though, I was posting on TikTok almost every single day in 2024. If not every single day, at least once a week. I know on TikTok, I was posting at least once a week. It's just those requirements on TikTok. It is so freaking hard. I think also that people have to watch your video past a certain time for you to get paid too. So like, y'all, it's brutal. Like, I have no other way to say it. It is brutal. So far this year though, I've already made more money on TikTok than I did last year, because I got paid for January and February. And last year I had only gotten paid for December, because that entire time before, none of my videos did well enough for me to get paid. This year in 2025, we are starting off on a better foot, but I got that 1 million video, that 1 million view video, and I know 1 million views is not a lot to everybody, and it's probably not viral per se, but I don't know if I could do that again. Like that, I was actually very surprised that the video did as well as it did. So far, that video has, made me a lot of money. Not a lot of money. It's made me a lot of money in comparison to last year. I just don't know if I'll be able to keep that momentum going because so far, none of the videos that I have posted after that one viral video has done anywhere near as good as that one. On some of my last uploads, I've gotten 1,000, maybe like 10K. There's also been a few that did really, really well, but they were not past the 1 minute mark. Shame on me. One thing that I must mention is that YouTube does have the Shorts program now, and I don't know a whole lot about that because I am not active on Shorts. I have posted a few Shorts, not a whole lot of Shorts. I do plan on starting to post some of my TikTok content on Shorts. So there is that. So I can't really speak to that. I do think that I should have been posting or repurposing my TikTok content for YouTube. And I think that would have put me in a better position. For tax purposes, in case anybody is wondering, I do not have an LLC, or I am not a sole proprietor, or I don't have a business. I did not establish myself as a business. So when I do make money from content creation, I normally just file it along with forms and documents and things of that nature that I get from my full-time job. Is that the best thing to do? I really don't know, but as you guys know, the alphabet boys, those 3 letters, they do not play, and they do want to know if you made any money and how much you made from whatever it is that you do, okay? So I just took these, I filed it along with my taxes. I did not have any taxes taken from these amounts. So this 121 from YouTube and this 309, was it 309 or 307? Girl, I can't even remember. Those numbers were untaxed. So I don't think that they're going to take too much money from me because it was literally only $429 that I made. Okay. But I do think that I can go in and elect to have a certain percentage taken from this. That's something that I will explore if I start to make more money. I don't know if this is the best option for me at this time, but because I'm still, one of the small fish in the pond, I really don't think that I need to be considering that for now, but trust, once the money starts rolling in, I will have to reevaluate how I file and do things. Don't let me steer you wrong. Please do your own research. But for me, I just submit everything with my W-2s from work, and my tax preparer, he documents those things and does all that for me. That is how much money that I made off of social media. If I come back next year and I do another video just like this, we're going to hope that it is more than $429.13. We love the growth. Please be sure to leave me a comment. If you have any questions, leave them down below as well. If you don't feel comfortable asking them, you can also DM me on Instagram. Because while I do not use Instagram as a content type of posting app, I do be on there. So, you can always reach out to me on there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video.